Hi there, friends. It's Carrie from Stamp with CT. Happy Wednesday. If you are watching the replay, please say hello. Type in replay. If you're watching on YouTube, would love for you to give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thanks so much for joining. And I will wait just a few seconds to see if we've got some friends that are able to hop on live. I know we usually do, but I also know lots of people need to watch the replay, so glad to have you here with me. Good morning. Hi, Mary. See a couple of you hopping on. And there's Debbie. Good morning. So glad to have y'all join me. Well, we're going to jump straight in. I've got lots to talk to you about today, and we're going to make a couple of projects. I don't have a sample ready for you though. We're going to do a little bit of crafting on the fly. I've pretty much designed things out and know how I want to use the products on our two projects, but we're going to be using the Garden Wishes bundle, and then we're using the Artfully Composed Designer Series paper. Pairs really well with this Stampin' die bundle. And then I pulled just a couple of ink pads, Crushed Curry and Evening Evergreen. They look so pretty together. So let's take a look at the paper right quick. I'm actually using the B side of just a couple of these papers, but I thought I would share it with you. It's so very pretty. Such a great paper. And I think, haven't yet decided, and I need to make my mind up, but I think this is going to be the paper and the suite of products that I use for April stamp class, because I have lots more ideas. I've used this for the after party that we did after the launch party in January, but I still have ideas, and this is just fabulous paper, a really pretty bundle. And then we're using the Garden Wishes stamps and die bundle. A beautiful die set. Now you know that during the month of March we have the Savings Are in Bloom promotion going on. So we've got several stamp die bundles and our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine that are on sale for 20% off through the end of March. So just a little bit of time left to snap up that deal. But we're going to be using this die set today, and remember that all of these dies work in the mini machine. So this is one of my favorite sets. And when we were kids, we used to call dandelions, well, you'll see this die cut in a little bit. We used to call them wish flowers. So we're using the wish flower die today. I'm going to set this aside because I want to have it handy. And then we're just using a couple of the images and sentiments from this set. It's a beautiful set to have. And we're just gonna go ahead and jump right in. It may have been a little bit early, or my clock may be off. We have such a hard time keeping that clock in the correct time. Okay, let's start with an Evening Evergreen card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then I'm just going to grab, had a little scrap of the Designer Series paper, so I think I'm going to go ahead and add that to the inside. Those little skinny strips are great on your envelopes or on the inside of your cards, just to add a little bit of a touch. Bring the outside to the inside, right? Just adds a little bit more color. And when I add a strip either to the side or the bottom, I like to leave just a little bit of a white border. I think that makes it stand out a little bit more. But no matter what, I think it's nice when you add that little strip of Designer Series paper. Plus, it uses up those strips, and we love doing that, don't we? And we'll just put this on the inside here. Got plenty of room to write my message. All right, we'll set that aside a little bit. Then I'm going to pull in some more Designer Series paper. So this again is the B side. Really, really pretty paper. And this piece I cut at 5.5, and it looks like maybe about 1.25 inches. I cut this last weekend. I can get measurements up for you because we're going to use the same layout for both of our projects today. I'm just adding that all the way over to the left side of the card front. So just a reminder, I can't see comments while I'm doing the video, but I will go back and look at comments that you leave me, and I really appreciate you doing that. Okay, let's set this aside for a minute because I want to do some stamping. Let me close my glue before I put that on. So let's just bring in the Evening Evergreen, oops, and we will ink up our floral image and just stamp it on this little scrap of basic white. Make sure I've got it good and inked. Put it on at an angle so that I make sure I have plenty of room. How did I do? Oh, pretty good. Okay. I'll leave that open just for a second because I also want to take my sentiment and ink it up. And this says, made with love for a true friend. Really, really pretty sentiment. Just kind of stamping that in the middle of this other scrap because we're going to punch it out. Then I've got one more stamp over here, and it's just going to fill in the color on the flower, so we'll use our crushed curry. Ink this up. Just stamp it right over the top part of the flower. Close the ink pads up, get everything out of the way, and let's go ahead and bring our punch in. I found that this sentiment just fits perfectly in the tailored tag punch, and this is one that I love so much. I use it all the time, and I've had this for, gosh, 2-3 years now. I also went ahead and punched a couple pieces of Evening Evergreen Cardstock out with that same punch. And I did a couple of floral images ahead of time just to save us a little bit of time on video. So let me bring in my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, but I'm also going to bring in my regular machine just so that you can see the difference. You know, it's called the mini for a reason because it is quite a bit smaller, but it's very similar to our regular machine in most ways. Just a little bit smaller, or a lot of bits smaller, right? Surface where we're going to put our plates to die cut. So let's put number 1 down. You can see my well-loved cutting pads. I love having this extra little machine. A lot of times when we're prepping for classes, let me make sure I can get this lined up. Sorry, guys. When we're prepping for classes, Dale will help me with the die cutting, so it's great to have an extra little machine, or if I have friends over crafting like we did a couple weeks ago. It's just nice to have that extra machine. Get that lined up good. And then we'll put another cutting pad over it. Oops, I turned it around backwards from what I'm used to, but it's gonna work, isn't it? Well, I say it is if I go the right way. There we go. Not left-handed, but I guess I am today. Y'all never know with me, do you, what I'm gonna come up with. I keep you on your toes. Keep myself on my toes too. Okay, so we've got that cute little floral image. I'll just set this stuff aside and close up. Again, this is an awesome feature that both machines do to be able to store it. Okay, let's assemble right quick. What I decided I wanted to do is put my flowers on. Isn't this cute? It's going to be flower time soon. Got a little bit of a cold snap. But hopefully, this is the last one, right? That would be lovely if we have some nice weather. And then I want to take the next one, see which one I'm going to use. Probably this one. And I'm going to pull it down just a little bit. So I don't want to put glue at the very end of those leaves. Let's put a little touch of glue so that I can position it down a little bit. And then this guy, even further down. So I'm actually going to use a couple of dimensionals to pop it on. And I may just have to leave that stem and not put any adhesive on it. Look, where did that dimensional back go? Get out of here. Okay. I think that I want to pop this one on so it just looks like a little grouping of flowers. Maybe even a little bit lower. Yeah. Right about there. If I can get it straight. There we go. And I may still be able to put a tiny bit of glue just to hold that down. Let that dry for just a second. And I know you guys have heard me talk before, but we always thought that dandelions were the most beautiful flowers when we were kids. And of course, I know they're considered to be a weed. And I love this quote from Dale, my husband. He always says that the difference between flowers and weeds is where they're growing and whether or not you want them to be there. So that just cracks me up. Okay, see how cute that layout is? Just really featuring a couple different DSPs, designer series papers. And you're going to see that same layout with our other card, but it has a very different look to it. And I'm sure I saw someone do something like this. I can't remember exactly where, but I'm sure I did. Or I would definitely give credit. A little bit too much glue there, but it's going to be okay. Okay, now I'm going to bring in my grid paper because I can tell you that I saw my friend Karen Titus do this on a card, and I thought it was such a great idea. So I'm using my grid paper to line these pieces up. Try to get everything straight here. And then we're actually going to take our sentiment piece and drop it right in the middle of those. So isn't that a fun way to use this punch? Those of you that will be playing bingo with this Saturday, you're going to get a chance to do this yourself. We're going to be using this on one of the projects. And I do find that using my grid paper helps me get it lined up a little bit better. That may not be perfect, but it's pretty close. I just thought that was a super cute idea. So we'll bring this in, and I think we may even go ahead and pop up that sentiment. Ooh, I overdid it with the glue, didn't I? That seems to be an issue for me today that I need to get a handle on, get a grip. My mother used to say that, get a grip. Okay, and I'll turn this upside down so that I can get my sentiment on straight a little bit easier. Okay, guys. Ooh, that is wonky, isn't it? Well, those are wildflowers. They're growing wildly on this card. And they do that, don't they? Especially dandelions. They just make me so happy. They're so cute. Okay, I don't think I'm even going to add embellishments for this card. I just think it's cute the way it is, and it just makes me happy. So I hope you guys like this one. Let's make one more. And again, we're using the same layout. This time, we are, well, I actually cut this base a little bit differently. So it is 11 inches by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. We'll burnish our fold. And then we'll bring in some supplies. So I have a piece of basic white that's going to go on the inside, and it looks like I didn't grab a strip to put on the inside of this one. Certainly could do that. You could also do some stamping. That was my New Year's resolution, was to stamp more on the inside, and I was good about it for what, about 6 weeks. I need to get back to doing that, because it really does add a little something. Oh, that's not straight. Okay, get our borders going there. So there is this part. Then I pulled, what is it, the All Together Designer Series paper, that black and white paper. It's an out of publication offering with the blends and everything. It's beautiful. I pulled just a little strip of that, and golly, now we've got to decide which side to use. Oh, I love them both. Let's do this one. So again, it's 5 1/2 inches, and I think it's about 1 1/4 inches. I'm going to come all the way over to this side to add that strip. You're going to see, same layout, but it's going to have such a different look just because of the color scheme that we're using. So this is that other piece of the Designer Series paper. Now, doesn't that just really pop on that black? I love this. And we'll bring in a couple of die cut pieces, our wish flower, and see how we're going to position things. Again, I want to wait until I trim off any stems once I get things on here the way that I want it. I kind of see that up in that corner, and then maybe one of these coming up here and one coming down here. So again, you know how they just kind of grow all over the place. Let's put a little glue on this guy. Actually, I think this is the back side. And we'll bring it right up here. I do want that stem coming over. Then let's add one of these. And again, these all fit through my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, which is just so cool. Bring that one down just a tiny bit. I love this card already. Getting a little excited, y'all. And then this one will bring over this way. You can see I'm trying to bring my stems across because I have already stamped the sentiment that I'm going to use. And I'm going to bring it across the stem, so that's going to help hold that down. Another sentiment from that set. And I just used a piece of Designer Series paper with a stitched rectangle and stamped directly on it. Now by popping this up, it's going to give it a little bit of a dimension and help it stand out. But I didn't want it to be super bold. Just wanted it to kind of blend in. Let me see if I can tell if that's moderately straight. Looks pretty good. There's those dimensional backs, y'all. They're just everywhere. You have that problem too? They drive Oliver crazy. Okay, let's come around here, and I've just got a little stem to cut off. I don't want to cut into my Designer Series paper like I think I was doing. Cut the little stem off. Nope, there's another one. Let's cut him off too. Okay, swipe all that debris away. And now we can add this to the card. Look how easy this one is. So simple, but it's really pretty. Like maybe at sunrise or sunset, the little shadows. I love this one. Try to get it all lined up here. Hard for me to tell. Looks like I'm okay-ish on lining it up. I just think that one's really striking. And then, of course, I have that black glittered ribbon that I'm just obsessed with. I don't think I grabbed any glue dots, but I've got some back here, so let's do that right quick. And I think I'll make a bow, a little bow. This ribbon is just so pretty. Let's try that again. I just want a small bow, I think. Well, third time is the charm, y'all. It's not the ribbon, it's the bow tire. Okay. Now I can trim my tails. Hopefully I didn't make that too big. I need to trim one more time. Oh yeah, that's way too big, Carrie. Bring it down a little bit. Let's trim those tails again, making a much smaller bow. Get my scraps gone. And we'll add it with the glue dot. And hang out with me for just a little bit longer because we have the prize winner to announce, and then I have some fun things to share with you guys. I'm gonna add that right there. Oh, I love that one. I really like both of them, but look at that, same layout, but such a different look to them. You guys let me know which one you prefer, whether you prefer the green one or the black one. Just type in the comments there your vote. I would love to know which one you guys like better. It's so hard to choose though when you make a creation. I love both of them, but I think this one's my favorite. But tell me which one is your favorite. And don't forget about that sale. It is awesome. 20% off our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss, and lots of die sets with beautiful stamp sets, those bundles, 20% off. And you can just go to my online store, and I can place a link in the description of the video that takes you straight there to that sale page, and you can see everything. Okay, couple of announcements. This beautiful catalog, it's going to be retiring. It's going to be replaced with a brand new annual catalog in May. So today, the 23rd of March, we will be seeing the retirement list. It's called the Last Chance List from Stampin' Up. Now, they're releasing it at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, so for those of us in Central Time here in Texas, that is 2 p.m. this afternoon. I do know that the in colors are retiring, those 5 in colors that we've been talking about, so you probably already have those. They're going to fly out of the store. But that's all I know. I don't have any other insight. I'm going to find out about the same time you do what is on sale. So you can log into my website at stampwithct.stampinup.net. I will also be sending out an email to my customers, and I'll post on this page a link to the sale. Now, if you're not on my email and you would like to be added, just send me a message. I'll be glad to do that. But I won't know until you do what is on sale, but we'll see what's going to be leaving and what's going to be carrying over. I know that we'll have an exciting new catalog, and we will get to see that as well. Demonstrators only get to see the PDF version of the brand new annual catalog this afternoon too. So super, super exciting. It's just a bittersweet time. I hate to lose the products that I love and for them to retire, but I also am so super excited to see beautiful new product and beautiful new in colors that we'll be able to use in our crafting. Now, I want to give you some information as well, be transparent with you. Stampin' Up! Has already let us know that there will be some pricing increases in the new annual catalog. So I know stamps, ink pads, and I believe re-inkers and cardstock. Just off the top of my head, I know those products will be increasing in price. I won't know how much until this afternoon. So just want to give you a heads up. We are also going to see an increase in shipping prices. I think it's about $1 per order for our minimum shipping starting April the 1st. So just want to let you know, with everything going on in our world right now, you know, I feel confident that Stampin' Up! Would not do that if they didn't have to. So I just trust in our company. It's an amazing company, and it just is what it is. But I want you to know what is going on and get the latest information from me rather than hearing it somewhere else. And if you have any questions about it, just message me. I'll be glad to help you with that. Okay, let me move this catalog. Just a couple more things. I do have a piece of Happy Mail that is absolutely just delightful. This is so super cute from my amazing friend Cassandra. So just the cutest little St. Patrick's Day card ever. Love it. So wanted to be sure and share that with you. It's got a little sparkle to it. It is just so stinking cute. Thank you, Cassandra. She does such a beautiful job at the holidays. And even like spring, summer, winter, fall, she sends out a card or you get a little project. So it's great being her friend, and I love getting Happy Mail. Okay, we do have a giveaway. I think I grabbed too much stuff. For last week, uh-oh, that has a little dimensional on it too. Gosh, I'm like squirrel today. Okay, we do have a winner for this week for the package of dimensionals. This was actually our giveaway from our video last week. I love dimensionals. They're one of the reasons that I joined Stampin' Up! And these are going to be going out to my friend Jan Miller. She's the winner of the random drawing, and it absolutely is her birthday today too. So congratulations, Jan, and happy birthday. And then I have today's giveaway, which we will choose a winner for next week, and I'll announce it then. And this is the Classic Matte Dots. These are such super cute embellishments with the black, gray, and white. So they're really versatile on your projects. And all you have to do to be entered for a chance to win is leave a comment, give me one of those hearts or a thumbs up. That just encourages me to keep inspiring you. So I really appreciate you guys watching, and I love being able to do this little give back by doing a giveaway each week. And thank you for being here with me. Leave those comments and enter for a chance to win, and I will see you again next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Thank you.